In 1984, a report from the U.S. Wait, you couldn't have called it a worse time. I don't know what everybody wants. I don't know. Pepperoni. Look, I'm busy. I can't talk, I'm busy. I'm giving a speech for Dr. Glenn's class. Okay, I'll call you back in 5 to 7 minutes. I love you, Mom. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure this has happened to all of us with the prevalence of cell phones in our society. According to the 2015 Pew's Research Center report, Technology Device Ownership 2015, over 90% of Americans have cell phones. So I'm sure you've been in a meeting or taking a test or doing something important and been interrupted. But you know, there's an easy way for this to not happen. You can just turn your phones off. Now, I'm not saying we should turn them off all the time, but I'm saying there are times we can turn them off and we will be happier, less distracted, and have better relationships. In a 2016 study from Brigham Young University's Brandon McDaniel and Sarah Coyne entitled Psychology of Popular Media, they've discovered that women in long-term relationships were less satisfied with their relationships when their significant others used their cell phones all the time. It seems the women think that they're in competition with the cell phone, like it's more important than they are. Either their husbands are answering the phone, or texting their friends, or even when they're not using it. If it's visible or audible, the women think that they're just waiting for the phone to ring. And they probably are. So, guys, what I'm saying is, for a happy life, have a happy wife. Play your fantasy football at work, and play Pokemon Go while you're jogging like my neighbor does. But also, having our phones on all the time also makes us less happy as people. In the 2013 Brigham Young University's Brandon McDaniel, I'm sorry, I messed that up. I always get those references confused. And the 2013 Kent State University study stated that people, happiness was directly linked to how long their cell phones were on a day. It seems that the longer your phone's on, the less happy you're on, because you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. You're either waiting for the phone to ring, or you're playing Words with Friends, and you missed your daughter's first steps because you're playing your car racing game, or you're busy checking Facebook to see if your friends are having more fun than you, instead of going out having fun yourself. And we can cure this too. Just turn your phones off sometime. It seems that having your cell phones on also leads you to be more distracted and not remember things as well. In a 2013 study by Veronica Gallivan, Rosa Vessel, and Matthew Golly entitled The Effects of Cell Phones on Attention and Memory, published by the POLS Journal, it seems that cell phone conversations are one of the most distracting things there can be. They are even more distracting than having two people having a conversation in front of you. What happens is people are trying to figure out what's being said on the other side of the line, even subconsciously, when they don't even really care. Now, I know it's hard enough for me to get my vanilla skin latte from the Starbucks barista and her to get my name right. I don't know how many times they've called out, "Latte for Scab?" And obviously my name is not Scab. Think how distracted they would be if everybody was chasing Pokemon Go's around the Starbucks. Now, I'm not saying to turn your phone off all the time or to not have a phone. I've had a cell phone since 1997. But what I am saying is that we can certainly be happier, have better relationships, and be less distracted if we just take a few times, like when you're spending time with your family or you're on that first date with that hottie from Tinder, that if we just turn our phones off every once in a while and pay attention to what's going on around us. Now, please, if you take one thing away from this, when you're in important situations, Mom, I can't help it if everybody turned their phones off. I didn't tell them to. Okay, okay, I love you, bye.